Hey gang, good afternoon. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and show you some results from the Great Paper Experiment of 2025. I know, like me, a lot of you have really been struggling with the paper quality control issues that Hobonichi experienced with their Tomoe River shipment for their 2025 notebooks. I had been using them for last year. I had a A5 sized Han, I had an A6 size, and I've had the 5-year Techo. All of those were 2024s, and I didn't have near the level of problems that I've got with my cousin this year. I went so far as to say to myself, maybe it's time to reconsider Hobonichi until they get this sorted out, because my goal, my primary focus is using my fountain pens and my inks, and I don't want to not use those in my everyday journal because this is what I use the most. I don't want to limit myself. So I know a lot of you feel the same way. So I thought, I'm going to actually compare apples to apples. So after a little bit of research and some feedback from other journalers and blog posts that I've seen, I decided I was going to give the Wonderland 222 planner a try. This is the 222 A5 sized all-in-one planner with unstacked weekends. It is the most similar to the Hobonichi cousin, in my opinion. I'm pretty religious about journaling. I journal every single day, and I wanted to do a couple of days of this experiment so that I could really dig in deep and see truly what's happening to this paper. So what I did was 9 days in a row, I made an identical daily journal down to the same washi, the same inks, the same layout on every page, so we could really take a look closely and see what's going on. I will say, to be fair, neither one of these performed at 100% with regards to bleed through, feathering, and ghosting. I think I'm going to have to adjust my expectations about what I can expect Tomoe River paper to do. I don't think that it is the bookbinder's fault. Obviously, they want us to love their paper products as much as, they can sell them. I think this is a Tomoe River problem, not a Hobonichi problem or Wonderland 222. Just to give a quick recap on my previous video, I had been in contact with the owners of Wonderland 222, and this is the same paper. It's Tomoe River paper for 2025. For 2026, they are going with a different proprietary paper that they are not disclosing, but it has performed exceptionally well in their in-house testings. And if you follow along on their social media, you'll see some posts where they have mountains of pens and markers and paints, and they're throwing everything they can at this page, and they're really confident that it's going to handle everything, at least as far as what I use it for. It seemed like it was going to be a good bet. So I thought this would be a good way to just test it out. So 9 days I did these layouts, and you can really see I struggled. The products that I used, mostly fountain pens. I did purposefully choose inks with pens that I know have given me problems with the Tomoe River and the Hobonichi, because I wanted to see how it would work in the Wonderland. You'll be able to see that. I also used some markers, some glitter and metallic markers from King Art, from Ohuhu, from Grayby. I also used some Pentel brush pens, some Tombow dual brush pens, some stickers, some washi. I did not do any watercolor paints because I figured if these markers that throw down a lot of ink on a page aren't going to do it, then watercolor won't do it. So I didn't see the point in that. But right out of the gate, you can see I've got bleed through from deco that I put down. Now this is a Grayby glitter gel ink pen that has just soaked right through the page. And that happened on both, but you can probably agree with me that it happened more in the Hobonichi Tomoe River. I can't explain why. They're both Tomoe River paper. It's just, it's the process, I guess. But you can see pretty much on every page, you will notice bleed through. And it is almost universally worse in the Hobonichi. So I'm going to adjust some expectations for myself. I'm not going to find a Tomoe River paper that will not have some bleed through, or at minimum some ghosting. And, I think like most people, I would say I'm comfortable with ghosting. I'm not comfortable with bleed through. I just feel like excessive bleed through really mars the product's performance. I don't like to look back at previous entries and say, oh, I can hardly read that because there's so much bleed through, or it's really disrupted the deco that I put down. I spend a lot of time and effort on that. And it's bad, guys, it's bad. And I don't think that my use case scenario is out of the ordinary. I follow along with a bunch of different content creators, and I'm not using products that are out of the ordinary. This is, good quality pens, good quality fountain pen inks. These are, in some cases, really prime fountain pens and fountain pen inks. This is a Benu pen with Pannonia ink. It should not do this on high quality paper. It just shouldn't. So, the moral of the story is, bleed through happens, feathering happens, ghosting happens. I don't think that it should happen this bad. Hobonichi has decided they are going to limit sales of their products because of the US tariffs that we've got in place. And so I don't even know what products will be available for 2026, but regardless, Wonderland 222 has made the command decision to change their paper supplier because of this problem. So I'm going to go with Wonderland 222 next year. I just feel like it's a safer bet until Hobonichi gets the paper situation sorted out. And honestly, even outside of that, I really, really enjoyed using this book. It's got a really nice crisp texture to it. I love the layout. It's got some differences. You can check out my previous videos where we go over a little bit more detail about what those differences are. So it's taken some getting used to, but I've wrapped my head around it and I really like the book. So I'm happy with my choice. I'm sad about the Hobonichi. I might go back to it at some point in the future. I don't know where life will take me. Who does? But for now, I'm glad at least I have an alternate. Between the paper quality and the accessibility of this, and they're going to try something different, I just feel like this is a safer bet for how I use this journal. What do you guys think? What's your experience been with this? Has anyone else done anything like this? Leave something in the comments. And if you liked this video, could you do me a favor and like it and maybe share it with someone so that my channel gets a little bit of love? Thanks. I would appreciate that.